5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Weekend confirmed.
Ignition. Liftoff. Liftoff.
We can confirm question of the week. My name is Garnett Lee, and this question comes to us from @Chubetcha. That's off of Twitter. If you want to get your questions to us, hit us up on Twitter or on the Weekend Confirmed Facebook page. Chubetcha asks, how would the reception to Modern Warfare 3 have changed if the Treyarch games had never existed? And Ryan and I both agree this is a really interesting conversation starter because there's a couple things at work here. First of all, the Treyarch games now happen to be closer to the Call of Duty name than the Modern Warfare games, which are made by Infinity Ward, the original developers of the Call of Duty line. Of course, now you can make the argument also that the guys who were Infinity Ward, having left for Respawn, aren't even there anymore. So, interesting thought here would be that the last Call of Duty that was more of a Call of Duty game would be World at War. That was a case where you still were a soldier, you were participating in larger battles, versus the sort of spy thriller action movie that Black Ops and all three of the Modern Warfare games have become. So I think that this last Black Ops game sort of, as Ryan put it, I thought this was really good, advertises for Modern Warfare. Because what's happened is that Modern Warfare, first it was, well, should we even call these games Call of Duty games? And there was a lot of conversation about that. You might remember when Activision was even talking about dropping the Call of Duty name from them entirely. And they decided to go back against that because, of course, Call of Duty become big. But now if you come forward to Modern Warfare 3, the Call of Duty name really has been marginalized, and we really refer to these games as Modern Warfare, which they saw. I think they were just a little ahead of the time there. The Treyarch games, of course, still are Call of Duty because Black Ops was still very much Call of Duty Black Ops, but it really wasn't a Call of Duty game. So how has perception changed? Well, perception has changed on the single-player front, but then it hasn't changed hardly at all on the multiplayer front. And in fact, if you look at the games, it's interesting to see that some of the things that Treyarch did in Black Ops for multiplayer that we liked, such as the running dive, have now not been carried over to the Infinity Ward game. So you sort of have this like push-pull back and forth there. It's interesting to see how that's going to work out. We're going to talk today in the show about what's hot on live and the fact that Black Ops was still number 1, Battlefield 3 came up to number 2, Modern Warfare 2 was in 3rd spot, Gears of War 3 was in 4th spot, which is really interesting to see that that console exclusive on Xbox hasn't been able to muscle its way up higher than that. It's going to be curious to see what happens with Modern Warfare 3. I think people are going to be very much into the ability to use the support role and not have to have their kill streaks dependent on not dying. And I'm curious to see where that shakes things out. I wouldn't be surprised to see Black Ops fall off quickly, be replaced by Modern Warfare 3, but have Modern Warfare 2 hold its own. We'll see. That's one way you can look at it. Interested to know how you might look at the Treyarch games and Infinity Ward games and how the reception of Modern Warfare 3 might have been different if it weren't on an annual cycle. Get your questions to us on Facebook and or on Twitter, and be sure to listen to the show every week, Fridays, 11 a.m. on iTunes and all the feeds. Till next week, we're Ghost.